Today we follow the journey of 2 baby rhinos and 2 lion cubs as they embark on an epic voyage from the far-reaching plains of South Africa to the warm shores of Miami. They'll cross continents and oceans on a journey spanning over 10,000 miles. Joining them, a team of animal experts who'll be there to guide them as they make their way across the globe to their new home. It's 9 a.m, and as the sun rises in South Africa, so too are the young VIPs that will be travelling today.
Hey girl, hey my girl, we've got a long trip today. Here are the 2 girls that have been prepared to go to Miami, and that's a very, very nice age to move them because they're totally relaxed in the boxes when they're this age and they adapt much better on the other side.
Come on, come here, kids. Come on. Come on.
These youngsters are completely hand-tamed now. You can give them a scratch behind the ear in the soft parts which they love. There you are. Oh, that's nice, eh? That's so nice. They will come if I call them. They are really in an absolutely perfect situation to now leave. That takes a few months of preparation to do that. This is their favorite spot for being tickled, is behind the ear. My job is to make sure that they move from here to there in the best possible way, in the best possible airline, on the best possible controls, all the way.
Preparing the lion cubs for travel is animal lover Edward, who's cared for them since they were abandoned at birth.
These cubs I've raised since they were about 10 days old, and they were born on the reserve from one mother.
For Edward, it's both a sad and happy occasion to see them leave.
It is sad in a one way because you did raise them and you took care of them since they were very tiny little babies, and you see them every day and you interact with them every day, you talk to them every day, but they have a good life in front of them, so it's all worth it. It's all worth it. It's hard work, but it's very rewarding. Each one of these, it's a brother and 4 sisters. One is very lazy, it's not very playful. The other one is very playful all the time. They're very curious. They'll go and chew or play with the boxes, tap on it. Sometimes it's very easy. They'll just walk into the box by themselves. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time and courage from their side to go into the box. It's something new to them.
After months of planning and with all the paperwork in place, the rhinos and lions are finally ready to begin their journey. It's 11 a.m. The vehicle has arrived to collect the animals, so it's all hands on deck.
Right, at this stage the crates have been positioned and they have been strapped up so that once the first animal is loaded it can be lifted up and put onto the crane truck, and this crane truck will be travelling to the airport with the animals on it. And you've got to keep the stress levels to absolute minimum when you're loading.
On hand to oversee the well-being of the animals is veterinarian Sean.
My role as a veterinarian in this whole process is just to ensure that the animals are loaded safely into their transport crates so that they don't injure themselves or anybody else during their transport from South Africa all the way to America to their new home. It's important that we get these animals overseas, and the reason why we take young animals is because it allows for a longer duration of breeding in the new home.
Well, it's a way of storing the genetic pool and keeping them going. If something happens tomorrow, we at least have gene pools that we can then count on and call on to bring them back to Africa. And that's one of the reasons why it's important that they do go, is to places of safety.
We secured them down with those cargo straps. It's 5-ton cargo straps. Once I get to the tar road, I'll tighten the straps up and then the load is secure. And then we'll arrive at the airport and offloading and processing will begin, and off they go to the aircraft.
With all animals safely on board, it's Martin's role to ensure a smooth and steady journey all the way to Johannesburg Airport. At the airport, everyone is ready for the arrival, and after months of planning, it's all about to be put to the test.
Overall, the lions and the rhinos, we've been at it for about a year now. So a lot of planning has gone into it, and the day's finally arrived, so a lot of excitement. And once the staff, you can see the hustle and bustle around the warehouse. I think the main concern for us is obviously animal welfare. Where we can limit the amount of noise around them, we'll try and do that as much as possible. So a lot of focus, a lot of special attention today.
The guys are going to put the crate onto the pallet. Here we try and balance it out so that it doesn't affect the weight on the plane.
We don't want it to overlap on the pallet because once it does that, it doesn't fit into the aircraft correctly. Yeah, a very critical part of the loading, just making sure everything's aligned properly.
After some final adjustments, the crates are ready to be loaded. But with the flight departure fast approaching, time is critical. It's 30 minutes before departure, and as passengers begin to take their seats on board, the ground crew eagerly await the arrival of the final 4 VIPs.
Well, basically we're waiting for the animals to arrive, which our ramp handling agent will be taking over to be loaded onto the Airbus 380, where they will go on their route to Miami. All the teams are already set to go. So as soon as the animals arrive, the process will start very quickly. So this is a critical stage where everybody needs to play their part as one team.
Right on schedule, the animals arrive at the aircraft and are given priority loading. It's an intricate process, but it's all in a day's work for the team. On board, a comfortable temperature has been set by the captain and will be closely monitored throughout the flight. With the cabin doors securely closed, the flight is ready for departure. In just 11 hours, the lions and rhinos will arrive in London Heathrow to catch their final flight. It's 6 a.m. at London Heathrow Airport. With only a few hours to go until their connecting flight, it's the perfect opportunity to check on the animals.
The vet came in this morning, made sure that the animals are all right, and now the next step is waiting for the driver that is going to come, pick them up and take to the flight.
Oh, how beautiful, my God.
We get excited because we have to look after them as a kids.
Oh God, I wish I can cuddle it.
Like little babies, we need to make sure they have the water, they're all okay, they're not stressed.
Meanwhile, the lions are under a watchful eye of Susie at the Animal Reception Centre.
So we went and collected the lions airside and brought them back here to the centre where we've put them in a sort of a quiet room really.
I'm very happy with how things are going. The lions looked absolutely amazing, relaxed, just what I want to see.
When we get shipments like these lions and rhinos through, our main concern is that they comply with the animal health and welfare legislation, which is our role here. What we really do is we try and make sure that the stress for the animal is reduced as much as possible.
We give them some water, they are having a little rest before their flight, and hopefully they'll be just as relaxed when they arrive in Miami.
With all checks completed, it's time to bid farewell to the lions and rhinos as they catch their final flight to Miami.